Welcome! Thank you for lending an ear to the Voice of the Times for Friday, March 26, 2021. For today's editorial, Philippine agriculture showing signs of emerging from doldrums. Despite the importance of the agricultural sector to the Philippines, it has for many years been regarded as an unfortunate and problematic part of the economy, providing an insufficient standard of living for the vast workforce it supports and never quite adequately supplying the nation's needs. However, as we learned during our Prospects of Agriculture Beyond the COVID Pandemic forum on Thursday, the third such online forum held by the Manila Times so far this year, there are clear signs of positive change even as the country struggles with the pandemic and its consequences for food supply and prices. The forum featured Agriculture Secretary Dr. William Dar as keynote speaker, along with economic policy expert and University of Asia and the Pacific Professor Dr. Bernardo Villegas and University of the Philippines Los Baños Chancellor Dr. Jose Camacho Jr. Recent controversies over food prices and supplies, particularly pork, have understandably captured the headlines. Food is one of the most basic needs, and any uncertainty is instantly felt by everyone on a personal level. While the Department of Agriculture, or DA, is still working to resolve some of these issues, and it must be said making steady progress in spite of the antagonism of some special interest groups, there is a great deal more happening that may escape the public's attention. Ironically, the COVID-19 pandemic may have helped advance agricultural development to some extent. The intense focus on ensuring adequate food supplies at the height of the pandemic lockdowns last year helped to accelerate developments in the food supply chain. As Dr. Villegas noted, the pandemic also helped to raise public awareness of agriculture, particularly in urban areas where we now see creative grassroots efforts toward urban farming. Dr. Villegas suggested, only partly in jest, that the amusing phenomenon of plantitos and plantitas, labels that not a few of our own associates here at the Manila Times wear with cheerful pride, people who have turned to tending plants and small gardens to pass the time while stuck at home due to the pandemic, has probably helped in at least a small way to increase the public's appreciation for agriculture. However, any progress in agriculture during the pandemic would not be possible without an ambitious, comprehensive vision for agriculture, which is what Dr. Dar has brought to the DA. Coming to the department after 15 years as Director General of the International Crops Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics, he brought with him the broad strategy called Inclusive Market-Oriented Development, or IMOD, which seeks to improve agricultural output and efficiency by closely engaging the agricultural community as stakeholders and implementers of their own development. On the institutional side of the equation, the past 2 years with Dr. Dar at the helm of the DA has also seen better coordination and utilization of research and development assets, something that UP Los Baños has been at the forefront of under Dr. Camacho, working with other noteworthy universities and colleges around the country. Fiscal support and the expansion of agricultural credit has also been improved, in part because of the overall success of the rice tariffication program and with the prospect of beginning the long-awaited deployment of the coconut levy funds later this year. The most objective proof of the success of the current direction for Philippine agriculture is that in 2020, when the economy experienced its deepest recession since World War II due to the pandemic, the agricultural sector was the only one to post a gain, a modest one, to be sure, but nevertheless positive, particularly when compared with the sharp contractions of both the industry and services sectors. While there are still challenges to address and always will be, the positive performance of agriculture in a year that was positively dreadful for every other part of the economy was the result of a long-term coordinated vision being carried out by the DA and its many partner agencies and stakeholders across the country. The key takeaway from the forum was that vision would be realized whether there was a pandemic, which bodes well for the post-pandemic future. And that's the editorial for March 26, 2021. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print. Subscribe to its digital edition or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. And listen to the Voice of the Times.